Assalamualikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everybody. I hope you're all doing very well and that all of you are healthy and safe wherever you are. So, this year, in the months February and March, I wrote my exams, my IGCSE exams. And if you don't know what IGCSE is, it is an examination board given by Cambridge, which all of us need to attend. And in India, we know it as the 10th board exams. So, yes, I wrote the February March session. And when I got my results, I was quite shocked because I got A stars in all my subjects. So you know what, I thought I might just make a video for you people, giving you tips and hacks on how you might be able to get A stars as well. And before I get to the main 5 tips that I'm going to be sharing with you today, I want to tell you that I'm making these videos for educational purpose, because when I wrote my exams, we did not have live school. We used to do school online and it was not productive. Okay, I just never felt that online classes only would help me through get my A stars, and I could not blame anybody. You see, usually if we were at school, we could just say, hey, that teacher did not teach me properly. That's the reason why I couldn't score well. But here, I am the cause. I am the one to blame because I have to push myself. And that invoked a sense of responsibility in me. It made me realize the importance of this entire thing, and it made me push myself and stand for my own self and motivate myself to do things. And I just want to deliver what I lacked to you people through my videos. That's all. So yes, today I'll be sharing with you one of the most basic tips that you might need to be able to get A stars in all your subjects. So let's get started. So the first tip that I'm going to be sharing with you today is determination. Because see, if you're not determined to get whatever you want, you will never get it. Same with the exams as well. You need to get those results. You want to have that fire for it from the inside. You want to get those A stars. Only when you're passionate for it will you be ready to work hard. And your determination can affect your psychology. As in, if you want the A stars, your mind will be ready to work hard, wake up early to study, and it will not feel lazy. But if you're not determined, it would impact your mind. Your mind would not want to take in subjects, which will lead you to not understanding whatever you're studying, and in the end you might not be able to get your grades. So along with determination, you need to have that mindset. Yes, I will have to wake up early, I might have to read, I need to do the past papers. You need to understand what is at stake, and need to understand what path you need to go through to get what you want. Okay, so that's with determination. And now I'm going to come to the second tip, which I think is key to anything, to even for anything in the exam. That's how key it is. Understanding the concept, because this I cannot do it for you, your teacher cannot do it for you, the internet cannot do it for you. You need to do it for yourself. You need to understand the concept, because if there's a question and you don't even know what the question is asking you about, how are you going to answer it? So you need to understand the concept that you're studying. See, sometimes, yes, I know, sometimes the topics are quite tricky, they're quite sketchy, you cannot get it, you need to itch your brain a little bit. Give yourself a little break, give yourself a little time. If you don't understand it today, don't just leave it like that. You need to get back to the topic somehow. You need to be honest with yourself, okay? Leave it there. After 2-3 hours, take the book again, read through the concept again, if you can understand it or not. Try to get it for yourself. Now that there are no teachers, you need to teach yourself, okay? But after reading it for yourself, even then if you're not able to get it, text your teachers. We have to currentize everything. We can text your teachers. Or if you're too shy to ask your teacher, ask your seniors. Text your seniors, hey, I'm a little grey in this area, can you help me? So after that, if you're still not okay with whatever you're understanding, one of the greatest things that I recently found out through lockdown is the amazing, how many amazing resources you can get online. There's so many YouTube channels that teach you, that solve past papers for you, and so many YouTube channels like me as well who give you tips to study better. So do a little bit of internet searching, try your best not to get distracted whilst you're on the internet. And also, along with understanding the concept, you need to learn to be honest with yourself, okay? You should tell yourself, yes, I know this and I don't know this. It's always hard to look at what you don't know. It's always hard to take up the topic that you don't know. But be honest with yourself. And when there are teachers, when your teachers or anybody are telling, I'm going to help you, tell me what you want. Be honest with them on what you don't understand. Be honest with your parents with what you don't understand, because that might affect your grades. Because I did that mistake once. I was very shy to ask a doubt to my chemistry teacher. It was very simple. It was about, I think, the electrodes. I just thought, like, if I tell to my teacher, she would just think like, how can she have such a doubt? So I just kept that to myself, reserved. And when my mock exams came, I lost a lot of marks over there, and that overall affected my grade. And when I looked through my papers and I started to analyze them, I understood that the cause of the loss in marks is my fault, because I did not understand the concept, and I don't want that to happen to any of you guys. I'm glad it happened to me earlier, that I could redeem myself. You need to do that from the beginning, from the get-go. Okay, so now this next tip that I'm going to give you again is quite an underestimated tip. People don't understand the value of that. Maintaining an updated syllabus. That's the third tip. You need to always have an updated syllabus, because it's that important. A syllabus just basically tells you what you need to know. Your textbooks might have a lot of information, sometimes even extra information. And if you might notice, while you're buying books by Cambridge, you have a lot of publishers who sell books for Cambridge. You have one by Hodder Education, one by Collins, and maybe even some, like, you have the thing called Enrose by Cambridge written on them. So you have more than 3 types of, like, people who publish textbooks for Cambridge. So you don't know, maybe all the 3 textbooks together might cover the syllabus, but each textbook might not. You may never know. Sometimes you might just have extra information, sometimes you might have little information. So how to cope up with that? How to balance yourself in that way? By maintaining an updated syllabus. Cambridge apparently updates their syllabus, I think, every 3 to 4 years. So you need to, and also they might update the syllabus whilst you're studying in your course. You might never know. So every 2-3 months, I would suggest you go check up the internet to see if there's any update in the syllabus. And one more thing I used to do with the syllabus is use it as my checklist. So once I'm done studying a chapter, or maybe an entire block of a subject, say chemistry now, and I want to test myself if I know whatever I've studied, I would just take the syllabus, and the syllabus will have points. The student should be able to understand, the student should be able to interpret so and so and so. So now ask yourself, can I do that? If you can do that, put a tick. If you can somewhat do that, go back to it, read it again, and try solving that again. But if you can totally not do that, you need to go back to the second tip. Understand the concept all over again, get your gray areas cleared, and then come back to that point to see whether you've done it or not. Okay, and that's with maintaining an updated syllabus. And then now moving on to the fourth tip. That will be, I think, the most said tip by anybody, any senior, any teacher, anyone, would be use your past papers and marking schemes. This is basically like a gift from Cambridge. I would just say, like, they're telling you through your past papers, they're telling you what kind of questions you can expect, and through the marking schemes, they're telling you what kind of answers they expect. So it's like basically spoon feeding you. All you need to do is take that spoon and stuff it into your mouth. Practice the past papers and comprehend your answers from the marking scheme. And there's also a way to work around these. You cannot just take your past paper and take your marking scheme and copy down the answers. Especially now that we're online, it's always, risk of cheating is so huge. Especially during your normal tests, knowing you're solving that past paper in your computer, you have the access to the internet. And you're just like, okay, my teacher does not know. I might just have a little sneak peek into the marking scheme and I will get the marks. You'll get the marks in the test, but what about your exam? You cannot remember the marking scheme, and the marking scheme is never going to be the same. It will change, it might be modified, you can never trust it in a way. Okay, so you need to be confident with what you're doing, and you need to be honest. And now the marking schemes. How do you use the marking schemes? After you're done with the paper, take your marking scheme and correct it side by side. And there's a way to correction. If you know there's a wrong answer, don't just scratch it and write the correct answer. Try to analyze your mistakes. Find out why answer is wrong, and find out why the answer in the marking scheme is correct. That will not only reinforce your memory, but also make you understand what you're writing, will make you understand the question, and you'll be able to interpret questions better. Because now if they're asking a question like this, they expect an answer like this, and not in that way that I've written before. So this is actually a very it's a crucial thing. And I would personally suggest, try to practice at least 8 years of your past papers. I think the most papers we did was in physics. We did all the way from 2020 up till 2015, and for our mocks and tests, we went 2015 to 2004. So we did nearly a decade of past papers. We did not do each variant from each year, we did like our variant. We write variant number 2. So we took variant number 2 from every year and we practiced it. Okay, so you need to do a lot of past papers. And something I would like to say is, if you just think that, understanding the concept and practicing past papers go hand in hand. So like I would like to say something that my master always told me. He used to say, you can memorize an entire textbook, but you can never get an A star until and unless you practice your past papers. Because you can have the knowledge, but Cambridge is not going to give you straight questions. They are well known for their twisted questions, right? So your brain needs to exercise. If you want flexibility, we exercise. If your brain wants flexibility, you need to practice your past papers. So every single time you write a test, or every single time you practice a past paper, don't expect to get good grades by only practicing the past papers this teachers tell you to do. Try to do past papers by yourself, because that comes with determination. All these fighters that I'm telling you go hand in hand. It's like a circle. If one goes, the other one's off. You need to maintain that balance. So you need to do the papers on your own. You need to be interested to do the papers. Okay, you don't just like, okay, the teacher told me to do this, I'm done with this, that's it, that's all, I'm happy with it. No, you need to practice more than what you think you can, because you have a lot of time. And inshallah, I will post a video about time management and how you need to plan a schedule and stuff. So now, self-analysis, what does it mean? Now that I cannot just go give my paper to teacher, hey, check it up for me. No, you can't. I've told you about the marking scheme. So finish your past paper, take your marking scheme, correct yourself, honest correction, okay? I personally experienced this too. My hands would itch to give me that one extra mark, because I'm afraid of getting low marks. It's okay. Maybe those low marks will push you to work hard better, Be honest with yourself. That's something that's so important. You need to be honest with yourself. So after you've corrected yourself using your marking schemes, what you need to do is first put your mark, find out your grade, whatever it is. That will give you an idea of where you stand. And then analyze your papers. Okay, like example, now you've done, let's take biology for example. You've done a class test and you've practiced 2-3 papers extra. So let's take paper 4 for example, your structured paper. Take those 3 papers and analyze your paper, as in every question will be based on a particular topic at its core. Though you might go around 2-3 topics, it will be based on one core topic, right? For example, if it's about coordination and response, they might talk about, I don't know, transport in plants or something, but they're in the end talking about coordination and response. So analyze your papers and see in which area are you getting low marks. Is it in chapter 1 or chapter 5 or chapter 10? And look at the pattern you make through each paper. Is it an inconsistent pattern, or are you getting low marks on the same topic? That will give you an idea on whether you're actually preparing well or you're actually unsure about a topic. There's a difference between not preparing well and being totally unsure about a topic. I'll explain it to you. So, not preparing well as in teacher's giving you a test, you've prepared well for it, you've written it. The papers that you want to do, you've just written it for namesake. So, your brain wasn't really prepared to write the exam or the past paper that you did right now. So, it might not have delivered up to the capacity that you have. So, you will find an inconsistent different in each of the papers. But if you prepared for each of the tests, then you might notice a pattern coming up. You will notice that every paper maybe you're lacking in chapter 5 and you're getting all your marks in maybe chapter 7. So now you will know, I am not good with chapter 5. So what should you do? Go back, read chapter 5, understand chapter 5 and practice past papers related to that. Okay? That's what you're supposed to. That's called self-analysis. Now because the teacher isn't there to do it for me, I need to do it for myself. And I'm telling you this because you need to know this. I've been through it, and every single thing I'm telling you right now is through experience. I've personally felt it, I've personally experienced this, and I wanted to help you because I did not have anyone to help me back then. And it was hard. It was a little, I had to push myself. It was exhausting. Yes. So, along with this, I would personally like to add a tip that is, it's like not, I cannot say it's a tip, it's like a fundamental, maybe. The power of dua, basically, I would say wake up for tahajjud every day, and tahajjud is just like 15 minutes before fajr. It's so easy to wake up. And if you're wondering what fajr is, it is our morning prayers. It's done before the break of dawn. So according to the current times right now, fajr would be about at 4:30 a.m. and tahajjud would be around 4:15. Tahajjud is actually a voluntary prayer, but it's one of the most significant prayers out there because Allah descends down from the 7th heaven all the way to the 1st heaven and is waiting at that level, and he's saying, which slave of mine is going to ask me a favor today? I will give it for him. Which slave of mine is going to come to me and ask forgiveness to me? I'll forgive him. And try to wake up as much as you can. I'm not telling punish yourself by waking up every day. It's hard sometimes to wake up every day. It depends on what time you're sleeping. So try to wake up regularly, because if you want something from someone, you need to show them that you need it, right? You need to show that desperation. And how do you show the desperation to Allah? By making dua to Him again and again. And also you need to make dua after every salah that you pray. Yeah, that's there. But making dua during tahajjud, a time when Allah wants to give you things, you need to show Him that you want that thing that He wants to give you too. Okay, you need to show that desperation to Him. That's when He will give it to you. Because I think I'll give 95% of the credit to dua, because had I not shown my need to Allah, Allah might not have given it to me. I would not have gotten it. So you need to understand that importance. And if you follow these tips, and inshallah, as I told, I will post more videos on focusing on different aspects, like timing yourself and how to study different subjects. I will, yes, inshallah, post on them. And yes, follow my tips, and I'm sure you might find a difference. And I don't know what year you might be in watching this video now, but it's never too late to change. Try your best, work hard, and move on. You can do this, because everyone's the same. Everyone has the same brain, okay? No one has a different brain. Everyone have the same brain. We can all do this. If you can do it, I can do it. And if everybody can do it, why can't you? Right? What's the difference between us? That's my question. What's stopping you? You need to know that. You need to work out your kinks. You can do this. You're capable of this. I know that because I did it. And I did not expect that at all. I did not expect these grades. I did not expect me to excel so much. And yes, you can do it. That's all I'm trying to say. You can do it. So I hope you guys really found this video inspirational, educational, helpful, and that you guys understood my content, because I don't know if I explained you very well. So yes, until then, Assalamualaikum, take care, implement on what I'm saying. You might notice a difference, and tell me down in the comments below if you actually found these tips helpful in any way. So take care, Assalamualaikum, and yeah, always wear a mask.